Hi guys, it's your girl Layla and I am back with another makeup tutorial for you guys. A lot of people have been asking me to do more makeup tutorials on my page. So I was like, why not do a colorful look? Since when people book me to do their makeup, they usually book me for the colorful look. So I was like, why not do a colorful look? So I'm about to do a colorful look tutorial for y'all. Stay tuned and I love you the way you are. I clean up my face with this. My mom brought it home and I've been using it to clean my face, and it's not clean my face but like wipe my face, and it's really good. That's what they use in the hospitals and stuff. It's really good. It supposedly cleans, moisturizes, and soothes your skin. It balances your pH, and it's good for your skin. So that's what I use to clean my face. I mean, it's not gonna pick up any dirt because I just took a shower and I forgot I was going to do a makeup tutorial, so then I ended up putting oil on my skin, on my face. Oh, and I always moisturize my lips with Vaseline. Vaseline. I say Vaseline. I always moisturize my lips with Vaseline. Yeah, I'm not gonna really pick up any dirt because I just wash my face. So as usual, I did my eyebrows off camera. So now I'm going in with the Juvia's Place Masquerade Palette to do my eyeshadow. I will tell you guys the colors that I use towards the end of the video. But yeah, I'm basically doing the same exact routine that I did in my previous video. In this video, same way of blending, same way of everything. But the only difference is that I'm using... So basically the only difference between this tutorial and the tutorial that I previously posted is that I'm just using a whole shade. I'm just using a lot of colors dealing with purple to have like a colorful purple look for you guys. Basically what I'm doing here is I'm doing both eyes at the same time, because you know, if you mix two different eyeshadow colors, you get a whole different eyeshadow color, and I want both eyes to look not exactly the same but similar. You know, your eyes and your eyebrows are sisters, they're not cousins, so they have to look somewhat the same but not totally identical, if you get what I'm trying to say. So now I'm going in with the Nicka K eyeshadow primer. You could literally go in with any eyeshadow primer you want. I don't really have a preference on what eyeshadow primer that I use. You could literally use any eyeshadow primer that you want. But yeah, I'm just going in with the Nicka K eyeshadow primer, and I'm cutting my crease with the primer. I really love this primer because it makes the eyeshadow look really pigmented. Like, it looks even if you don't use a really pigmented palette, it makes your eyes look really pigmented, which is why I love this. I forgot to tell you guys, I'm using basically the same brushes that I used, the Evita Joseph brush. I'm using the same bamboo brushes, but this time I'll put the links in the description box below because a lot of people have been asking me about the brushes, so I'll put them in the description box below. Although the Evita Joseph brushes, you can only get them in Ghana, that's the only problem, but I'll still put the link down below, so if you want it, you can order it. So now I'm going in with a wet sponge and I'm just dabbing, you know, dab, so everything will be blended out, everything will be even. Just dab it all out, just dab it so everything will be even and blended out. So now I go back in with the Masquerade palette, and I'm basically using two colors with my crease because I wasn't really feeling the only one color scheme. Like, it looked kind of plain for me, so I used two colors, and I'll mention the colors that I use towards the ending of the video, so you guys will get to know what colors I used. Again, this is just a colorful look makeup tutorial, although I have different ways of how I do my colorful look tutorials, but you don't need to use the same exact colors that I use. You could use my technique but come up with your own color scheme, so you could be creative. But I will do another video where I'll show you guys a different way of how I do my colorful looks. And so now I'm about to go in with my eyeliner. I usually use an eyeliner, any eyeliner gel that I have, and I put an oil inside. It doesn't matter what eyebrow gel or what eyeliner, or what, not what eyeliner, but what oil you use. I just like using the oil because it makes the eyeliner look glossy, and I like it. I like when my eyeliner look glossy, which is why I use the oil, but you could use anything you want. So now what I'm using is a LA Girl Pro concealer, and I'm cleaning out all the excess eyeshadow that might have fallen on my skin, so when I put on the foundation, my skin won't look purple or pink or any color. And I'm also using it to clean out the eyeliner. So I did a wing liner, I'm using it to clean out the wing liner. So now I go in with my Evita Joseph brush, and I basically just dab it. Remember, I said dab. Never, when I'm doing my makeup, I don't rub. I dab so everything will be evenly blended. So I just dab the concealer around. And usually when I'm using the concealer, I use a shade lighter than me, or 2 shades lighter than me. So the shade that I'm using for my concealer is Fawn. So I just dab it all around and dab it so everything will be blended out. And I kind of like put the eyeshadow a little on my nose, like not on my nose, but like on the bone bridging towards my nose. So I just cleaned it out a little with the brush, and I'm just cleaning and dabbing and blending, you feel me? So now I'm going in with my Juvia's Place foundation. So I'm basically just dabbing because I have a hijab on. I have to pull the hijab back so I could dab it and blend it out with my skin evenly and nicely. So I'm just dabbing my concealer, or not my concealer, I'm just dabbing my foundation all over my face to blend it. Remember, I said dab, not rub. So I'm just dabbing it all around. And I make sure I blend it with my ears, with my neck. And if I don't have enough, like what I'm doing right now, I just put some on my forehead, take some and blend it on my neck, behind my neck, on my ears, so that I wouldn't be two different tones. I'll be the same exact skin complexion. My face and my neck will blend. My face and my neck will match. So now I'm going in with my Juvia's Place concealer. Again, your concealer has to be a shade lighter than you. So this concealer is a shade lighter than me. And I love this concealer and this foundation because it gives me a yellowish undertone. And I love that about. And I love when I have a yellowish undertone because I personally have an orangish undertone and I don't like it. So I like that this concealer and foundation give me a yellowish undertone. So now I'm going back in with a wet sponge and I'm just dabbing the sponge all over where I have the concealer. I'm dabbing. Remember, my keyword when it comes to makeup is dab. Dab, dab, dab. Dab it all over. Dab it. And when it comes to your nose, don't just dab the middle. Like dab it around your nose. Make sure it blends with your cheekbones. Dab it all around. Dab it under your nose so the top of your nose wouldn't be lighter than underneath your nose. Just dab it all around. And around your cheek leading towards your forehead, dab it in a C form and you connect it with your forehead. Just dab it all around. So now what I'm doing is that I'm blending the place that is highlighted and the place that's not highlighted with the opposite end of the sponge that doesn't have any concealer, so it will look blended out, not all patchy. So now I'm going in with a Maybelline bronzer to contour my cheekbones. I love contouring my cheek. I used to hate contouring, but now I love contouring. So basically I'm using, you can use any bronzer. Again, it doesn't have to be the same exact products that I'm using. You can use any bronzer that you have. I'm using it to contour my cheekbones and my nose. So now I'm going in with the Sacha Buttercup to highlight everywhere that I put the concealer, and to highlight, not to highlight, but to shape out my contour lines. But I really recommend the Sacha Buttercup powder, but you can use any powder that you have. But I really recommend it because it really helps to pop out with your highlight. And it also helps to give me a yellowish undertone, which is why I love it. So I really recommend this powder. If you want a powder recommendation, I recommend the Sacha Buttercup powder. And remember, I don't like baking. Like, I just dab it. I just dab the powder with a wet sponge so that it could be absorbed in my skin, so it wouldn't be all cakey. My makeup would not be all cakey. So the only place that I usually bake is like the middle of my nose and the sides of my nose. That's the only places that I bake. But apart from that, I really don't believe in baking when it comes to makeup, because I just feel like it just makes your makeup cakey. So now I'm going in with the MAC Dark Golding Mineralizer. I really love this mineralizer. Like, it really keeps your makeup blended and everything. I'm clearly getting carried away, but make sure you pick up the powder. Make sure you're getting the powder and the brush to clean out all the excess powder, all that. You know, I use this powder to clean out all the excess Sacha Buttercup on my skin. I use it to like blend out where I contour, so my skin will not be looking like two different things going on, two different makeup, not two different makeup, but like a dark and a lighter portion. So I use this powder to blend out the whole face. Basically, I usually just focus on where I contoured and where I highlight. So I'm now going in with the MAC Film Noir. Some people use this as eyeshadow, but I personally use it as a bronzer to contour up my face. So that's what I'm using here. And I also use a Maybelline bronzer to contour my face to give me like a shimmer look. So now I'm going in with blush. You can literally use any blush you want. I usually use the Sleek or Slick blush. It comes with like a orangish, a pink shimmer, and a pink matte, and I just blend those three together and I just blush. I love blush. So now I'm basically just going in with the Juvia's Place palette again. I'm just putting it in my under eye. Sorry, my eye is really sensitive. I'm just putting it in my under eye, and I'm using two colors. I believe I'm using Beauty and a color close to that shade, and I'm just blending it in my under eye, and I'm putting some in my tear ducts just to make the eyes pop out more and look more bright and colorful. So now I'm just highlighting my eyebrow bone. I love highlighting my eyebrow bone. Matter of fact, I just love highlighting. I like everywhere. But now you got to the point where I'm just highlighting. You could basically use any highlight you want. I usually mix like almost every highlight I have. I mix MAC. I mix Makeup Revolution. I mix every highlight that I have. So you could definitely use anything. It doesn't have to be the ones that I use. Just use whichever highlight you want. Again, as you can see, I'm like dabbing to put the highlight on. I'm not rubbing, because when you rub, it like smears the highlight all over. When you dab, the glitter and shimmer stays in one particular spot, and that's what you want. Oh guys, before I forget, I didn't use any primer or setting spray, but if you want to use a primer or setting spray, I recommend Scandinavia because it's really good. It's a really good product. So guys, my mom recently bought me this Fenty lip gloss set, and I'm about to try it for the first time. I don't know what color. It comes like this. I don't know what color to use. I feel like I should go with this color. Oh. It smells so good. It smells so good. It's not really like sticky, but it's really glossy and I love it. Well, let me try this color. I think I got this one with this look. Oh, they all smell the same. Oh, by the way, I wasn't really feeling the look. I felt like it looked plain. So I used this Urban Decay glitter that I've had for ages to like kind of like put it in my crease and like kind of outline my crease. But I felt like the look was kind of dull and it wasn't what I wanted. And it wasn't really as colorful as I wanted it to be. So, boom. I love it. Ooh. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see this? Okay, so I'm gonna put my lashes off camera and then I'll come back and talk to y'all. So boom, this is the final look and I love it. Oh my god, like I love it. I was just playing around with like the dark colors in the Juvia's Place palette. So let me see what colors I used. Of course I use Beauty. That's like my favorite color in the palette. I use Zobo, I use Makita, and I use Chi. I used those three, and this was I said those three. How many colors was that? I used those 4 colors. I was only initially supposed to use Zobo, Makita, and Chi, but damn, I dropped that man hard. But I felt like they were a little dark. They weren't getting that colorful look that I wanted. Ugh, my eyes is like watering. It's irritated. Sorry about that. My eyes is like irritating. I don't know why. I mean, it's allergy season, so obviously. But, and since this is not as colorful as I initially wanted it to be, I'll definitely do another video during the course of the week with a really colorful look. Like with color, I'm gonna just be playing with colors at this point. Like, you see what I'm saying? My job is falling apart. With a really colorful look. So let me know what you guys think. Comment and subscribe. And yes, I am done. Guys, I don't know how to wink and I just winked. Hold on, let me try it again. Let me try it. Yo. Damn, it was a one-time thing. But you really want